It's earnings season again, so I'm here to bring you all the best earnings charts all season long. What makes a good earnings chart? Well, a company that continues to beat quarter after quarter for starters. Then I like to see that stock price going up, although it doesn't always go hand in hand with the earnings beats, but it usually does. So I'll be bringing you all the best charts all earnings season long. And I'll bring you some of the hot ones too. They might not have the best earnings track records, but I know you're all going to be watching them. And a couple are included in today's video, so let's get right to it. First one is one you might not be paying much attention to, but you should. This is Bed Bath & Beyond. Of course, there's quite a few red arrows on this chart, so those are the misses. They are coming off a pretty big beat last quarter, but it hasn't done much for the shares, which are now at this 5-year low. And I'm wondering, along with the investors, is this finally the bottom? This is one of the few retailers that hasn't rebounded when the others have. So this is one to watch. They on the furniture side, they own Cost Plus, plus One Kings Lane, in addition to Bed Bath & Beyond. So they're more diverse than what you would think, but this is definitely one to keep an eye on for the consumer side. Then we're going to get one of the reads on manufacturing. I cover Fastenal every quarter on these videos, even though you may not care, but I do, because as you can see, last quarter I was saying these shares look like they'd broken out, and they have. So 2018, finally, we're getting this big breakout here. They've beaten quite a number of quarters in a row now, so they got that streak going. And this company is a barometer for the manufacturing side of the industrials. So people like to watch it for what they're saying on that angle, and that feeds into what's going on in manufacturing in the U.S. economy. So this is one I always keep an eye on, and we'll see if it could get a little bit more traction here, because those shares have been pretty volatile. Then we are going to get one of the more regional banks, Bank of the Ozarks. I cover this one every quarter as well because, as you can see, they have this perfect earnings record. Shares are pretty volatile as well here. People were concerned about their apartment loans the last couple quarters, but those fears seem to be kind of reducing here. So this is definitely one, if you're watching these regional banks, that you're going to want to tune in on. And then we're going to get another bank that I know I've talked about several times as well the last couple of quarters, First Republic. This is based in San Francisco. It's predominantly West Coast, but they do a lot of wealth management for all their wealthy clients that are out on the West Coast. They have missed 3 quarters in a row here, which is pretty rare for them, as you can see, going back 5 years. So I'm kind of surprised at these misses. Shares haven't come down all that much, but if they came down a little bit more, I might be even more interested here. But this is one of those banks you don't really hear that much about because they're in a real niche market, but you should be watching it. And then finally, next week, we're going to get the first of the FANG stocks. I usually don't cover it because they've been reporting on Mondays. And so now I've put them in here in this video. And so Netflix, only the 2 misses in the 5 years. And as everyone knows, these shares have really taken off here. They took off in 2017, but definitely in 2018. And we're going to see if they can keep up this trend. So far, the earnings beats have been there to support these share moves, but we'll see what they say on the spending side. So this is the first group of stocks that's reporting this week into early next week that are mostly not the big name banks. I have another video with those coming up that you're going to want to tune in on if you want to know what's happening with the big cap mega banks. But there's a couple other smaller regional niche banks in this week's video. So these are all the areas I like at the beginning of earnings season. I'm going to be covering all of this, all the FANGs, of course. Be sure to tune in. Watch for all the videos on Zacks.com, and we'll also be tweeting them out. So look on Twitter and StockTwits. I'll be here every week, so be sure to tune in.